maximum oneness, beautiful people, planet Earth, because we're all still beautiful. But being an artist is full-time visual artist and really working your butt off and committing to your craft and um, doing your absolute best to get your name out here for years can be really, really tough. Sometimes you just be broke, and not consistently broke, but it might be a couple of weeks or a month before that next opportunity comes up and you're waiting on that bag and you're not sure what to do. I work really, really hard at this, and yes, I've worked a job and focused on my career in the past for several years, for well over a decade. And after COVID, I started doing workshops and live painting performances, and through that I was getting opportunities in sales. And as the years have gone on, uh, with all the responsibilities and with the money coming and going so fast, because I have to help take care of a family, um, it's been really, really tough. Something I don't really talk about much. And this is in no way asking for no handouts or nothing like that. Just trying to find creative ways to make income, but like people will be like, well, put your artwork on clothes and create prints. And it's like, yeah, I hear you, but you have to have money to do that. Money to get scans for your artwork, which is not cheap. Money to do a lot of things. And it's just hard sometimes, y'all. Not for every artist. I'm sure some visual artists, for whatever reasons, whether they be political or whether they have a job or whether they, just in the right places at the right time. Or, I live out an hour and a half outside of the city, and, so getting to the city to support other artists, to see other shows can be a challenge at times. But I just want to share with you artists out there who are incredibly talented and are working your butts off and have worked your butts off for years, but are still kind of sitting around like, how am I going to pay my bills this month? Or I know bags are coming and I have opportunities coming, but I need now money. Pray, yo, and I'm not saying religious prayer. Pray to nature. Ask nature to keep you strong, to not let depression set in and put you into old habits that will just make you feel like you're not worth it. What you're doing is not worth it. I'm not saying artists naturally seek validation, but I'm a really seriously focused professional artist, and you don't always see the financial compensation that measures your input or your output, your efforts. So I can say, if you really love this thing, if you're really serious about art, and art is the way you breathe, it's the way you live, just keep finding a way to create, keep finding a way to work. Matter of fact, sometimes I get depressed, and that can kill my motivation to work a little bit. But when I'm working and I'm making art, I feel the potential and the promise for new opportunities. It just makes me feel connected and whole. But I just wanted to share that although you see all the opportunities, you see all the things happening, that doesn't mean artwork is getting sold. That doesn't mean enough is getting sold. Or opportunities, not even just artwork, but like workshop opportunities, live painting opportunities are always happening consistently enough. And I got the resume. I do the work. I got work right now at the Glen Island Cultural Arts Center, and I'm afraid it's just going to sit up there for 2 months. And I'll invite people. I'll do artist talks. I'll create all these opportunities. But people got lives, and I know I ain't the priority in another person's life. That's asking a lot. And I know because I'm out there on the homestead, a lot of times I'm not able to cultivate the relationships that I would like to cultivate, which may create more opportunities. But I've cultivated a lot of relationships and respect over the years. So again, this isn't just give me money. This is just more like, this is the reality for some of us as artists, visual artists. Is that it just be tough, yo. It be mad tough. And I give my heart and soul to my art. I give everything that I have. So I know when people see it, they can feel that. But it is what it is. So I would suggest to artists out there that, you know, aren't making the money or getting the resources, that don't blame anybody else. Don't blame other artists who are getting those opportunities. You don't know the situation, and you don't know what they financially may be going through. Because a lot of us may look like we cooking, and we are in terms of opportunity or reputation, but financially, that might not necessarily be the case. And that's common. But if you are trying to make it off of your craft, off of, the teachings you do, off of your performances and stuff, just just stay true. Stay true. It's tough, but stay true. This is what I'm here to do. I'm here to share the energy and spirit and passion of creativity with you all. And I'm grateful for those that appreciate it. And I'm grateful for those that come across from it, come across it. And I'm grateful for those that even feel the need to support financially when they have the means. Just know you got to be brave to do this. If you're trying to create and live a capitalist lifestyle where it's like you getting a paycheck every 2 weeks, you should get a job and still focus on your craft. And like I said, I have for years. I worked 2 jobs and focused on my art. I be hustling, so it's not that. But I think it's also misleading to make people think that because they see me doing shows and events, that the bag is there. I mean, I know y'all peep the lifestyle, so we ain't loaded. I'm sure y'all can tell that. But it's tough for me. Not speaking for other artists. I don't need no advice, because if you check my resume and you look at what I do, I be out here. So you're not speaking to somebody who is looking for a remedy, really. I'm just expressing a reality for some of us. And that some of us still stick it out, because this is who I am. I'm a bohemian brother who, through creativity and expression, feels connected to the earth and life in a way that I don't in other areas. So with these struggles, as a man who wants to provide for his family, can come depression, internal conflict. I didn't grow up with the rosiest upbringing either. So a lot of times the smiles are there because I truly feel joy and want to express joy, but doesn't mean I'm always, feeling great about my circumstances. Personally, what I've done in the past, what I'm doing currently, but I am really trying. And I just want to share with other artists out there who might be experiencing what I'm experiencing and might be afraid to share it because it's just not cool and it's not hip and it doesn't look aggressive or positive, or, I'm doing something I ain't supposed to be doing, whatever. That's BS. Life is just like this for artists sometimes, for some of us. Keep going. This is my life. This is who I am. So I'm going to be true to it till the end, and stay motivated to work. That can be the thing too. Being broke financially sometimes can, when you have other responsibilities and obligations, can really challenge your ability to work. And, but anytime I'm working, especially during those times, I feel free. So I want to remind you that work is the key to keep creating. If you run out of materials, you can't afford it, try something else. Work on a sculpture. I don't know. But I know that if you stay open-minded about what you can create and tap into that natural spirit, it can do a lot for you. Maximum oneness.